This is going to be a really big week in Pokemon Go because during the weekend, we are going to be getting the Go Wild Area Global event, and leading up to it, we're going to be getting the Into the Wild event. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the content you need to pay attention to when it comes to this week in Pokemon Go, and I'm telling you right now, there is a lot in store for us as players during this week. Hey, how's it going everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So this is probably going to be the biggest week for the rest of the year, and the reason why I say that is because we are going to be getting the Go Wild Area Global event, and this is going to be an event in the same vein as Pokemon Go Fest and Pokemon Go Tour. It's the third major event that we have every single year as of last year, and I really do think there's a lot in store for us that are going to be really good. But of course, leading up to the Wild Area event, we have the Into the Wild event, which in and of itself is a major event because they're going to be filling it with a whole bunch of content, and the reason for that is because they want to get players hyped up for the Go Wild Area event. And I think a lot of the content is actually pretty good. So let's start things off by talking about the Into the Wild event, and then afterwards let me talk about all the other things that are going to be happening during this week. The Into the Wild event is going to be happening on Monday, November 10 at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go all the way until Friday, November 14th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. This is going to be the lead-up event for the Wild Area event, so there's going to be a lot of things that are going to run the same themes as that major event. Now, let's talk about the wild encounters you're going to see. You're going to see Alolan Rattata, Sableye, Carvanha, Purloin, Cottonee, Scraggy, Spritzee, Swirlix, Carbink, Nickit, as well as Fido. These are all Pokemon that are either dark types or fairy types, so it totally makes sense that we're going to be seeing these Pokemon because that's essentially going to set the stage for the Wild Area event this year. Next up, let's talk about what's going to be appearing in max battles. In 1-star max battles, you're going to see Routes, and in 3-star max battles, you're going to see Sableye, and then in 4-star max battles, you're going to see Toxtricity amped form as well as Toxtricity low-key form. And just so you know, these are not going to be the Gigantamax versions of these Pokemon, but they were the ones that were featured as the highlighted Pokemon from last year's Wild Area event. Now, in raid battles, we're going to be seeing the following legendary Pokemon, and just so you know, there's going to be a raid hour every single day featuring these Pokemon. On Monday, November 10, you're going to see both Shadow Lugia and Shadow Ho-Oh. That's pretty major because both of these shadows are incredibly good, so you will want to make sure you do not miss out on these specific ones. But on Tuesday, November 11th, we're going to have Tapu Koko and Tapu Lele. And then on Wednesday, November 12th, this is a pretty big one, we're going to be getting Dusk Mane Necrozma. And that means you will be able to get Solar Fusion energy for this Pokemon. So if you are missing the energy in order to get this Fusion Pokemon, just keep in mind that it will be returning for one day on November 12th. And then on Thursday, November 13th, we're going to have the other Tapus, Tapu Bulu and Tapu Fini. And then finally on Friday, November 14th, we're going to have the other Fusion Necrozma, which is of course Dawnwings, and you're going to have an opportunity to get yourself Lunar Energy. Now, regarding the Tapu legendaries that are going to be in 5-star raids during this week, you're actually going to be able to get exclusive attacks for them. For Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Bulu and Tapu Fini, they're all going to know the charge attack Nature's Madness. And for some of them, this is actually a move that actually increases their value when it comes to raid battles and PvP. And another nice surprise for this event is that you have a chance of getting Pokemon with a special background. This is going to be specifically with those legendary Pokemon from 5-star raids, so if you want a super unique legendary with one of these backgrounds, do keep in mind that you will have a chance to get it. Now, during this event, we're going to see the following event bonuses. The remote raid limit is going to be increased to 30 starting on Monday, November 10th until Friday, November 14th, and there's going to be no limit on remote raids on November 15 and November 16, which is of course the Wild Area event. And this is a nice surprise. You're actually going to be able to use charge TMs to forget frustration on your shadow Pokemon during this event. So much like Team Go Rocket Takeover events, this is definitely a bonus that's going to help you when it comes to getting your shadow Pokemon to the right moveset. There's also going to be field research tasks which are going to be themed around the event, which I do think could be something that could get you some nice rewards to prepare you for the Wild Area event. Now, there's going to be a premium ticket which you could purchase within the web store and the in-game shop, and it's going to cost $4.99 USD, and it's going to give you various rewards related to this event, including Dynamax Routes, Dynamax Sableye, and other event-themed Pokemon, and you're going to get premium items including a Max Mushroom, premium battle passes, as well as TMs. You could purchase this ticket for yourself or purchase it as a gift for your friends, so that is something you should keep in mind. Now, here is something that is going to be the major highlight for this specific event. There's going to be a Go Pass that's going to be tied to this event along with the Wild Area event, very similar to last year. This Go Pass is going to be free, and it's going to be available starting on November 10 at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until Sunday, November 16 at 6 o'clock p.m. local time, which is when the Wild Area event is going to end. And this is going to feature a bunch of stuff you will want to pay attention to, and yes, there is a deluxe version which you can get for $14.99 USD. Now, in terms of the Pokemon and rewards that you can get from this Go Pass, you're going to get encounters with the legendary Pokemon Cresselia, which we already kind of knew. You're also going to get a Go Wild Area 2025T avatar item. You're also going to get Stardust, Experience, Pokeballs, candy, and more goodies. This is, of course, with the free track. But with the deluxe version, pay attention to this, you're going to be able to get a silver bottle cap, which is going to be like the golden bottle cap, and we'll talk more about that later. And then you're also going to get an encounter with Shadow Darkrai, the Grimmsnarl hairstyle for your avatar, and then premium items such as incense, a lucky egg, and an incubator, and more stuff. And then you're also going to get Candy XL and other goodies. Now, if you were to purchase the Go Pass Deluxe, you're actually going to be getting some additional in-game bonuses when you reach certain milestones. If you reach rank 15, you're going to have double the duration for incense, and then when you hit rank 30, you're going to get 5,000 additional experience whenever you complete raids, and 5,000 additional experience every time you complete max battles. And do keep in mind that we are seeing an increase to the level cap, so this is of course very important bonuses. And then if you reach rank 45, you're going to get 1 additional candy from raids, 1 additional XL candy from raids, and then 1 candy from max battles, as well as 1 candy XL from max battles. So like I mentioned, this Into the Wild event is meant to be a lead up to the Go Wild Area event, which is going to be happening on the weekend. I really do think this is going to be one of the best events that we've ever had. Like, everything on paper just seems really good, and it seems like it's going to be a bit of a step up from last year's Wild Area event, which in my opinion was extremely good, and I felt like Niantic did a really good job with it. So I really do think you should plan out this upcoming weekend for the Wild Area event. You should definitely block off some time to get some gameplay done, because there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. Mighty Pokemon, Gigantamax battles, some raid battles. There's just going to be a lot of content in store for you, and you should definitely not miss out. But yeah, now let's talk about some of the weekly content that we can expect during this week, and I really do think there's some nice surprises here. Alright, so considering that this is going to be the week where we're going to be having the Wild Area event, a lot of the weekly content is going to be amped up. First and foremost, let's talk about what's going to be in max battles. We are going to be getting the 2 forms of Toxtricity, specifically the Amp form and Low Key form. And keep in mind, these are not the Gigantamax versions of these Pokemon, but I still think they're worth going after considering just how powerful they can be for max battles. They're going to start appearing in max battles starting with tonight's Max Monday, which is going to be from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. local time. Next up, let's talk about Mega Evolution raids, because during this week, we are going to be getting 2 very useful Mega Evolutions. We're going to be getting Mega Tyranitar, which is probably one of the best Mega Evolutions right now that you can get, and then also Mega Altaria, which is somewhat decent. It's a very versatile Mega Evolution, but it's definitely worth going after if you do not have the Pokédex entry. And then we're going to be getting a Spotlight Hour during this week, which you absolutely do not want to ignore. It's going to be with Morlul, and you're going to have a double evolution experience bonus. Now, the key thing here is that Morlul is a bonus Stardust Pokemon, so if you need Stardust, you could pop a Star Piece and then go all out for this Pokemon, but the double evolution experience bonus is also a really solid bonus for getting experience, specifically right now because people are trying to to get experience to get the higher levels. And I really do think that if you have a whole bunch of Pokemon that you can evolve, popping a lucky egg and evolving them during the Spotlight Hour is going to net you an insane amount of experience. You have a lot of options for this week's Spotlight Hour, but if you were looking to get Stardust, maybe you could wait up till next week because we're going to be getting a Sableye Spotlight Hour with a 2x catch Stardust bonus. And then finally, let's cap this off by talking about the Go Battle League. So, until this Tuesday, we're going to continue to have the Open Ultra League along with the Jungle Cup Great League Edition, but for the rest of the week, we're going to have the Open Great League, Open Ultra League, as well as the Open Master League. This is going to be a really solid week for PvPers because all three of these leagues are going to be open, and it's going to be a great opportunity for you to get some rating points before the season ends. Keep in mind that the season is going to end at the end of this month, so you will want to try to get as high of a rank as possible during these last couple of weeks. Alright, and that's pretty much it. This is everything that's going to be happening during this week in Pokemon Go, and like I said, the major highlight is going to be the Wild Area event, which is going to be happening on the weekend, but of course we also have that Into the Wild event, which is going to be filled with just a lot of great content. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a big week. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding everything going on during this week down below. What is something in particular that you are looking forward to? Are you really hyped up for the Wild Area event? Definitely share all of your thoughts regarding that event down in the comments as well. And yeah, let's have a great discussion. I'm really excited about this week. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and also don't forget that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to every single one of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Content channel, the best way you could do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. So that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, all that good stuff. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you can do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see right now on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow. That'll be a huge help to my channel, and you'll have access to some exclusive content. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you all later.